Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, if you guys, is another Ninjago podcast with my good buddy here, Echo KILLSH0T.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Now, coincidentally, this is actually the last Ninjago podcast we're going to be doing until Ninjago 2023. I know it's been a hot minute, but today we're tackling Crystallized Season 15. So, if you haven't seen Season 15 Crystallized, don't watch this until you've seen it, because I don't want to spoil you. But anyway, what do you remember about it, if anything? What do you like about it, dislike? Let's do this.
Okay, I'll start off from what I remember. I think that should be a good start. I remember, the Crystal King turning out to be the Overlord, which I'm kind of mad on. I'm kind of in between. Freaking dragons jump up, kick back, whip around, and spin. Literally. New suits. Garmadon dying, but fake dying, so he can give Lloyd the motive to take down the Overlord. I'm saying a bunch of spoilers here, but this is the crap I remember, so I'm sorry.
Right.
Maybe more stuff will come to mind as we go along with the podcast, but let me just say I thought this was a great way to end, I guess, Ninjago as a whole, as a series. And it definitely does suck that this, like, right when I get back into watching Ninjago, it's right when, like, the last season already came out or it was about to come out. And, you know, I couldn't be on the same emotional journey that franchise here was on. I mean, it was somewhat emotional just because I look back on it, like, nostalgia-wise. And it definitely did give me that. It's a great show to watch, you know, it was a great show to watch as a youngling for me, even though I didn't understand what was going on, the plot points. Really, I watched, seasons 1 through 4 and, kind of stopped. But now, franchise brought me back into the show and, seasons 1 through 15, and here we are.
Yeah, what a journey, right? I mean, it took a while, but you finally did it. So I mean, yeah, I mean, jeez, where do we start? I mean, it's kind of weird because a lot of people hate this season for some reason. If you go on YouTube, maybe it's just to get views. I'm assuming, because I really don't know how you could hate this season. I think it kind of does. I guess like a Rise of Skywalker in a way where they bring back the main bad guy, and of course episode 9 they bring back Palpatine. Now that works, right, in canon, and this isn't a Star Wars podcast, but if you think about it, if you know the lore, it works. It also works because primarily, as we know, the Overlord is a manipulative being. He's essentially, Palpatine of Ninjago, and, Lloyd kind of killed him in Season 2. He came back through the Digiverse in Season 3. Zane killed him and all that, and you really can't destroy the Overlord, or so we think, until we get to, of course, this season. And I thought the Crystal King coming back was really, really cool. I thought he was even more menacing and even more, badass sounding, and just overall more cool in this season. So I thought the villain was really cool. I thought the animation was great. The theme song thing, I think that was pretty cool. See, look, this could have, that could have easily turned into a cheesy thing where it's like, oh, of course it's the theme song, stupid, but it somehow works. I don't know how it works, and I can't necessarily effing explain it, but it works, and it's cool, because Wu keeps mentioning Quanish the Elder, right? Oh, Quanish was a fool and all that, and we're like, who the fudge is this Quanish dude, and it's funny because I don't know if you knew this, but in Season 8, Sons of Garmin, on the very first episode, there's a scene where Cole and Jay enter this monastery, right? And they're looking for Wu. And they see this old dude with a hat, and they're like, oh, it's Wu. Turns out to be some random dude. That random dude was Quanish the Elder. So it's kind of cool that we got to see him in action before we really knew about him. But, it's little things like that. But what are your thoughts on Harumi and how she came back? Because Ninjago does a thing where some people die and they stay dead, some people die and they come back, and some people, I guess it's a fake out, like Cole, and then some people die and come back, and that was Harumi, right? Because she died in Season 9. What do you think? How did they do that? What are your thoughts on her, I guess, resurrection?
Not gonna lie, man, it kind of ruins her arc for me back in Season 9.
Mm-hmm.
I can't understand why they did it. This is the big season. You got to bring the love interest back, because it has to entitle with the main character. But that building falling on her because she was trying to save a family, so they couldn't have the same fate that hers did, was really heart touching. And she just kind of got revived by the Overlord, and in doing so, she has to work for him now. She doesn't want to work for the Overlord. She's been manipulated. She's not really evil, but
right. And
because
you hit it on the head. That's the key.
Yeah, Harumi isn't evil. She's just been tricked to having this goal and this mindset that others have set for her. And because she's always having a master, she's never really able to be independent. And yes, I'm saying this about a princess, but I'm serious. Yeah, she never really had any independence, any choice or words for herself.
Right.
And seeing her battle that in season 15 and season 9, it's really great. It really does make her a fantastic character and a fantastic love interest for Lloyd, because in ways they are the same. In a lot of ways they are different, because you can tell that they were both manipulated by to be like their idols or whatnot, and that's to be this wannabe evil person. And they've both been redeemed, some in different ways, but I think Harumi and her equality to Lloyd in terms of that, just makes her a great character, and made her less hateable for me in season 15.
Yeah. Well, no, I like that you mentioned that she doesn't want to be evil, because her last act before death was not necessarily her becoming a good guy, but doing something good. That's a different thing altogether. Those two are different, but it's cool that, before she dies, she, does something nice. And then Overlord shows up and he's like, hey, I've been watching you, I've been studying you, and you're really, really evil and all that. Let's do this. And she's like, I don't know. But the one thing that she's really thinking of is she wants to be alive again. She doesn't want to be dead. She doesn't want to be in the cursed realm, or the departed realm. And I think that's really interesting, because she comes back with these purple eyes, and she's essentially I guess it's like Palpatine again, because technically the Overlord, or the Crystal King, is inside of her. Well, that's weird. Corrupting her, and I think that's I got to be careful. It's an interesting thing to talk about, because she doesn't want to kill Lloyd. There's even moments where the Overlord is like, kill him, and she's like, maybe we can turn him, and I think that's really cool. There are moments where she generally attacks him with a katana and probably tries to kill him, but it's all out of desperation, and I think it's a really, really good character. Because, look, if you're going to bring this character back from the dead, don't make her straight up just evil again, because then she didn't learn nothing. She's almost forced to do this again. And what's really cool is that at the end, she's, seeing with the monastery when they're rebuilding it, kind of, I don't know if she's going to be good, and I don't know if she's going to be in United, or whatever 2023 is going to be called. I don't really know much about any of that. None of us do, but I'm excited to see where this goes if she returns. But yeah, I think Harumi was really great. I think the voice acting is fantastic. I don't know, man. Just the fact that she actually did die. It wasn't like, oh well, she got out in time. No, she effing died, and then she got brought back to life. Similar to Lloyd in season 10, if you remember. Lloyd dies and he chooses to come back as well. So pretty cool stuff. But what else can we talk about, man? I mean, there's so much. What about Oni Lloyd?
Oni Lloyd is...
Garmadon's like, you need to embrace your Oni side, and Lloyd kind of refuses to do that. A lot of people were mad online, because you only see Oni Lloyd for a few seconds in the end, but I loved it. But what are your thoughts on Oni Lloyd, actually seeing him in the end?
Oni Lloyd was badass. It's almost like he wasn't even Lloyd. He was like something else. But, because of the context, like if you just threw that at me of him in Oni form, I would not even be like, that's Lloyd. I would be like, that's something else. That's a completely different character. I loved seeing the journey him and his father go through. So much of the fact where, they're really like arguing, and, it really... You see Lloyd like, oh, I hate you even more now. How am I supposed to do this? You make no sense. I'm not, because I'm not as evil as you. And Lloyd not being able to accept that. And that episode where we saw Garmadon change and how he, went to Vinny's and Vinny helped him. What's his name? Vinny? I think his name was Vinny.
It's Vinny.
Yeah, helped him through all that. Him caring for a fern or plant. I thought that was, in a way really touching in a very figurative and literal form. And him putting that training, that love that he genuinely has for Lloyd, whether he likes it or not, and seeing both of them contrasting that, if that makes any sense, I think it's very touching, and in the end, it pays off because we see Lloyd go absolute god mode on the Overlord because, the thing he needed was his father Garmadon to fake death pretty much, because with that he's able to obtain that dark side and borderline evil, I guess you could say, spiritually, and just go full Oni mode, and that was badass, honestly. Like it was really cool.
Yeah, I think Oni Lloyd was cool. I look, I would have wanted to see more of it, but it works thematically for what we got. Now, speaking of Garmadon coming back, because the last time we saw him in the show, at least, was season 10, after Omega was just the Oni Overlord and all that. Yeah. And season 11, one of the very first episode of the Fire chapter of season 11, they're literally in that hot tub and they're like, oh, I don't know where my dad is. So Garmadon's kind of MIA, but of course the Garmadon comic series is canon, and that actually, because a lot of people were confused on that, and I think you got it, but for anyone listening who either hasn't read the comics, first of all, read them, or just doesn't know, basically, directly after March of the Oni, the Garmadon comic takes place, like seconds after. And then, read the comic, and then after the comic, he kind of takes a bit of a break, and he goes kind of soul-searching, and that's when he finds Vinny. And I think it's perfect, because we've seen Garmadon. I swear to God, Garmadon is probably one of the best characters in fiction ever, especially villains. Like, the fact that he starts out in season 1 and 2 is a villain and he'll kill people, but he clearly loves Lloyd and he doesn't want any harm to come to him, to then becoming a sensei, becoming a good guy, and then basically in possession, or excuse me, tournament, getting sucked into that wormhole thing and just becoming like basically condemned to the cursed realm, which I guess is like purgatory in a sense, and then he gets resurrected as this murderous killer Garmadon that has no love for his son. And that's an interesting thing, because it's like, how does a person with no love for anything become to redeem himself, become to love something in that fact? And the fact that he's trying to do that in this season, and you see that with Christopher, which, on the surface, it's a dumb little plant, and he's trying to take care of a plant, right? But if you use your brain, which you mentioned, which is really cool, is that it's a metaphor for Lloyd, because it's a green plant, and he's the green ninja, and it symbolizes life, and it symbolizes renewal, and I think that's really it's so good, you know what I mean? It's just such good writing, and the fact that in the end, like the last episode, he's talking to it, and he just plants it, and he's kind of planting the seeds to start a new relationship with his son and brother. It's pretty good, man. It gives me chills thinking about it sometimes,
Oh man, I couldn't agree with you more. I really couldn't.
It's so good. Like, they didn't have to do that, They just could have been, he's funny and goofy now, but they made him they made him essentially a 4-dimensional character at that point.
4-dimensional.
There's so many things working on so many levels, and it's just the fact that it all works, and it's a Lego person, I mean, I know I always say this, don't judge a book by its cover. This show is the definition of that for many, many reasons, and that's just one example. But yeah, Garmadon was sick. Are there any negatives you don't like about season 15? Because I have one or two.
See, it's not a perfect season. It's not the finale Ninjago season for me. Happy that we got it. Happy that we finally got a conclusion to this show. Once again, it does kind of suck that I came in at the wrong time. But with this new 2023 show, hopefully it amps that up to more than we thought. And even though it's a reboot / sequel, continuation, a requel, if you will, I'm just curious to see where it goes. But I do prefer Prime Empire. I'm just gonna say that right now. Okay. This is a top 5 season for me. Okay. Just like Endgame is a top 5 MCU movie. This is the Endgame of that. I mean, not only because they copied the poster, but
Well,
but
Ninjago
because
copied Seabound, all right, with Wakanda Forever, so that's their revenge.
yeah, yeah, man, that stuff is funny. But yeah, in terms of negatives, it's just I really was hoping the Crystal King was somebody, not the Overlord, but it makes sense. But you know, the Overlord is just kind of like a mad villain, like, oh, he's the epitome of, he's the definition of evil, of darkness. Nah. He doesn't have a motive. He's just evil and stuff like that. And I get it. You know, you can't have light without darkness, darkness without light, and stuff like that. A whole bunch of space astronomical crap. Yeah, like Satan. I love motives to characters. I want to understand them. And, you know, for this being like Thanos, I could understand him. You know, you could see his reasons. But Overlord is just, he's the Overlord and he's evil and dot. So there's just a lot of blanks to fill with his character. I mean, I wouldn't even call him a character. He's just an evil thing.
Yeah.
At this point, that's got to be my only negative. I mean, you were kind of hyping it up for me, like, oh, the reveal of the Crystal King, and
see,
it's like I was expecting.
I think it's great. That's why I was saying that. I'm like, you're gonna freak out.
I mean, I freaked out, but not in the way that I guess was intended for me. I mean, it's all right. It's whatever. I mean, there's been better villains. There's been worse villains. Overlord is not even a top 5 villain. Let's be real here, okay? Let me just take a minute to say, Overlord is not a top 5 villain.
Who are your top 5 Ninjago villains?
Oh, I cannot make that ranking right now, my friend. I overthink a lot of stuff, and that is one of them. I will. That's actually something I got to do. At some point, if we ever, you know, do like another just spin-off podcast. But I mean, as for now, this is like the last Ninjago podcast video, which is kind of sad. But I mean, yeah, no negatives. I mean, that's really it. Everything else just a big build-up. Maybe too long of a build-up, especially because it had to be split up into 2 parts. But that goes the same for like Infinity War and Endgame. I like comparing this show, especially the final season, to Marvel, just because, specifically Marvel and Star Wars, just because there's a lot of comparisons. There's quite a lot of contrast, but that's what makes it feel familiar to me, relatable to me, because I love Marvel, therefore I love Ninjago. So yeah, man, really, that's my only, I guess, if you want to call it a negative, even though I said it's whatever. I'm surprised you have negatives though, so I would like to hear what those are.
Yeah, they're not big, but I think Sally as a character isn't bad. All right. Not only because of the woke flag that she has on her guitar van, whatever. But I just think that in terms of, I don't know. I know why she was written that way, because, you know, Zane, obviously upon Nia, we didn't even talk about Nia. Upon Nia, you know, in this aqueous state, Zane, you know, grief has hit everyone differently, and Zane has turned off his emotion meter. And the episode's literally called "The Benefit of Grief." And we see Zane just kind of emotionless, and just kind of, you know, emotionally effed up in a sense. And to see, you know, how he reacts to that is pretty cool. But the reason why Sally is in this show is kind of how not to bring up The Last Jedi every time, but I liken Sally to Rose Tico from The Last Jedi, as in, Rose is a great character for many reasons, but I think that one of her biggest pluses as a character is that she acts as the catalyst for Finn and DJ, right? So, like, think of, I guess, Rose as, like, I don't know, an angel, I guess. And then, you know, Finn is the guy who doesn't really know what's going on, and DJ's like the devil, right? And Rose kind of has to explain to Finn what's going on. Sally's kind of like that, right? She's like, oh, you know, I'm sad and depressed, and this is why. And Zane has to figure out why exactly what's happening, and then in the end of the episode, he realizes that grief has its benefits. So I get why she's a thing, right? I'm not that dumb. But I don't know. I just find that her constant whining and It's just, I don't know. It's obviously played for laughs to an extent. It's also meant to be taken seriously because, she ran away from her home. That's not really meant to be funny. So I think yeah, that's so
Playing.
funny. But no, yeah, like I said, it's conflicting messages. One part is funny because she's always screeching, and the other is, this is really effed up for I don't know, a 16, 17-year-old girl to just steal their effing van, and then it goes into a chase with Hound Dog McBrog and the police. So it's more fun, but. I get why it's there. I don't know. Maybe I would have done with less of her crying, but it's a tiny little nitpick. I think the whole Nia thing's great. I think the pacing's really good. How they try to get Nia out of there. Because look, I guess the last thing I want to mention, or one of the last things, is Nia. Because in Seabound, you and I both effing love her sacrifice. I think it's beautiful. I think it's so well done. And Ninjago, a lot of people accuse Ninjago of doing something really like effing crazy, like Zane's sacrifice or Cole's fall, or whatever. And then of course the next episode or the next season, it's all better. And I don't mind that because they explain it, and not every time it works out that way. A lot of people have an issue with that. They call it the consequence problem. I don't think that is a problem, but that's just me. But in this, it goes into the fact that, okay, Nia, how do we get Nia back without her just being water forever, right? Because she's not dead, but she's also not really alive. And it's a very subtle thing, but they mentioned in the first episode, Jay mentions that it's been a year. And I think that's really cool because Zane died. He rebuilt himself in a month or two. Cole turns into a ghost, and he's a ghost for the entirety of season 6. So that's a while, right? Lloyd dies. It comes back within a few minutes, but Nia being gone for a year, that screws the ninja up, that screws everyone in Ninjago City up, and that's how you do a consequence. Because it doesn't matter the fact that she came back, right, in technically the first episode or whatever, the next season. In the lore that it's been a year, and that's pretty big. But, I don't know, man, the way they brought her back, I think it was really cool. The fact that they had to, break the law and all that, and, even Master Wu was like, I know why they did what they did, but I don't condone it. So even Wu's like, this is effing crazy, don't bring Esphira back. She's nuts. I don't know. I think the pacing's really good. I think ending part 1 on Harumi's reveal is really cool. It's the girl or whatever, the dude in the kabuki mask. So the pacing was good, but what are your thoughts on the pacing and Nia's return? How do you think they did that?
Nia's return and the pacing, that's a good question. It was I thought it was pretty good pacing. I think everybody needed time to cope with the fact that she was gone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's almost worse than having her actually dead because she doesn't give a crap anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, and you kind of wish I wish she actually was in the afterlife, or wherever she would have went, and still out there and forgetting who we are, and not knowing what she's really doing spiritually. So it brought a few tears to my eyes, but I think the pacing was done well. The ninja needed time to really get back, even though we see her in the first episode of season 15. Yeah, Farewell to the Sea. But it just, with that 1 year gap, we felt that. We felt that with the ninja. We felt that with Master Wu. And everybody. That. Yeah, I felt that too. So yeah, no.
Like a baby.
I wasn't crying, but I was just like, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
I was like I was in shock. I wasn't crying, but I was like, what?
Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy, but go on.
Yeah. I was just gonna say it's really crazy, bro. It's crazy that it's just crazy.
Yeah, I think it was really awesome the way they handled it. Now, let me see, what else can we talk about? Garmadon, we talked about Garmadon. Is there anything else you want to mention on Crystallize, like the ending, the prison arc? There is a prison arc in Skybound Season 6, and in that one, if you remember, they're framed, right? It's like, oh man, the ninja are like, no, we didn't do it, it's fine. And that's I guess it's an interesting arc for season 6, but I think this season did it better because they're not innocent. They literally released a terrorist, a snake queen, onto Ninjago City,
Yeah.
and she went crazy. And then they also stole her staff with the new ninja, which we'll talk about them next. But how do you feel about that prison arc? I think the prison arc, it might have lasted a bit too long for me. It's not a negative, but I think it was really cool and it was different. That it was unique.
Yeah, it was different. It just made us feel like our heroes are actually criminals, and they did do something wrong. But I mean, that's the thing. The mayor.
It's out of desperation.
Yeah, it's out of desperation because we gotta get our girly back, bro, our baddie back. Yeah, I mean, especially Jay, bro. He would have done a whole life sentence if it meant.
I know. He was down bad.
He was down bad with that illegal Riz.
Yeah.
But I think it was all worth it in the end. I think like you said, it went on for a little bit too long, but getting to see that epic boss fight between Pythor,
that episode was so good.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I mean, I knew Asphira was gonna betray them, but I mean, come on, man, revenge.
Yeah, I like how they make a joke about that. But I forgot about that point. That episode, I think it's called Fall of the Monastery. That's one of the best episodes in the entire show. It's just a nonstop action scene. It ends with the monastery blowing the fudge up, and they have the really sad Cole music.
For the fourth time.
Yeah. Wu thinks Nee is dead, and he just kneels down. He just falls to his knees, and he just cries. And it doesn't matter that she was in the Samurai X suit. Wu was pissed, you know what I mean? It's such a good episode, man. I loved it. But yeah, Prison Arc was good. Sorry, small little point. We got to talk about Cole's new voice actor, Andrew Francis.
Oh, Lord.
Now, I have some issues with this. What are your thoughts?
Everything. I mean, everything except for the grunts that Cole does, which I mean, those are easy to make. You just gotta go, huh, ah.
Well, I have some bad news about the grunts.
Well, I mean, okay.
You're not gonna like it.
I know that. Look, really, I don't know how they were gonna do Cole. I'm pretty sure he gave it his all. I mean, nobody can sound like the legend Kirby Morrow. Nobody can sound like really anybody except you with your 40 freaking voice impressions, which we'll get into soon. But yeah, I could just say that it's bad, and the casting director really needs to evaluate his or her decisions because that's not good.
Yeah. I mean, my brief thoughts. Look, obviously, Kirby Morrow passed. It sucks. Don't do drugs. That's all I can say. It's fucking bad. Don't do them. When it comes to the replacement, they basically Ninjago is everything but cheap. All right, it's not the most expensive show ever, but it's a pretty well made show. All right, and they really cheaped out with they got Andrew Francis, who look, I like Andrew Francis. He voices Morrow. I think he's really good as Morrow, but every time Cole talks in the season, it's just Morrow, but slightly less evil. Now, the grunting sounds really good because all they did in I don't want to burst your bubble, but literally they just took old Kirby Morrow sound bites, archive footage, and used that for the grunting. And it's very...
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so
he's shit. So everything I just said about him, I gave him that one positive. Nope, you're bad. You're bad.
Yeah.
You're bad.
Yeah, they literally just took sound bites from his archive from Kirby and added that. When you go, or stuff like that. That's him. Now, look, I'm not saying I'm the best voice actor ever, but I wish they knew about me before they cast Andrew. I get it. Andrew was probably the cheapest because he already did stuff on the show. I get it. But it's just not good. And, I don't want to sound like a dick because they're like, well, he's dead. You know what I mean? Don't be an a-hole. But, it's you're not trapped in a box here. You can still do better than him. I'm not saying I was better, but, I mean, so yeah, it's not horrible, you know what I mean? I watched the season. It's not that big of a deal, but it feels like a wasted true potential, if you know what I'm saying.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I know. Last point on Crystallize before we move into this voice acting segment. Final battle. We got everyone coming back, well, not
Amazing,
everyone,
amazing.
but
Everybody coming together like Endgame, like the portal scene, bro. Everybody. I
exactly.
mean, everybody, bro. And then them getting those dragons and God, man, like, oh, it's just perfection.
Yeah. It was a fantastic. I think it was a fantastic ending. Now look, Sally's song playing in the end. I think I would have rather had the Ninjago theme.
Yeah, jump up, kick back, whip around the spin or something.
Well, not
like
that,
that.
just the do 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 do. The overture or whatever they
But
call
like
it,
a more dramatic,
or like a
you know.
happier version. Yeah, I mean, look, I think
Who
Sally.
said
If
that
you
we're
listen,
gonna win? Why should we
what's
be
that?
happy? The battle ain't over.
Right. I don't know. I think Sally's song, if you listen to the actual song lyrics, it's a well written song, I guess. I don't
I
know. I
guess.
would have done something different.
Yeah, I that was that took me out of the moment for a little bit because you just got this girl singing like depression music.
Yeah,
I want
Billie
to follow
Eilish
my
fucking.
dreams. But we're battling here, man. I mean,
Yeah.
with no time for that. This is it. This is it.
But overall, what are your thoughts on Crystallize? What would you give it from a 0 to 10?
I give it a 9.5.
Okay. I'd probably give it the same, honestly. I think it was me personally, I think it was a fantastic ending to the current saga. Now,
But
here's
not
the
the
last
best
question.
because they're the best of season 8. I don't know why, but it is.
Exactly. Now, that's my thing. My favorite season is Sons of Garmin. Now, what's your favorite season? Out of all 15.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. So I
Okay,
know
my
you love
favorite.
I know you love Prime Empire. I know you love Possession.
My favorite or the best? Those are two different things. Okay,
Yeah.
we know your favorite is season 8, but what's the best? We know your favorite, but what's the best?
I mean, I'm probably gonna go with season 8 again, man. I don't know.
Again, bro, it's
Yeah.
just that. Okay, my favorite one is my favorite is Prime Empire.
Okay.
It's between Possession and Prime Empire for me. Okay, my favorite is Prime Empire. The best is Possession.
Okay. I'm working on Possession with Annie and Poppy right now, and we're halfway through. It's a god
And
tier
watch them
season.
agree with me. They will agree with me to the fullest, bro.
I'm sure they will.
Watch. Yeah.
It's fantastic. I mean, the music, Moro, the action scenes, the story. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great stuff. So, you know what I want to do? I want to have another podcast soon on Ninjago United, aka Ninjago 2023.
That'll be in
right
like
now,
7 months or something.
well, hey, whenever you can do it, all right? I'm down. I'm off for a week, so whatever. But we're going to move on from Ninjago to some voice acting stuff. Now, I'm going to be doing Ninjago voices, but Echo has... I actually posted a video on my channel. It's Batman and Joker, and what we did is we used some AI. So, Echo, tell the people here how we got these scripts.
Thanks to our brilliant friend ChatGPT, helps you with your homework, helps you write songs, helps you just with pretty much about everything except the future and apparently harmful messages. But everything else is pretty much clear. You ask it like to give you this and that, the equation of this or something like that. So what we did is we asked it to write. This is what I put: write comedic or dramatic dialogue between this and this character, and it doesn't. It gives them the mannerisms, like Shaggy, for example, who we're about to do here. Like they even put in the dialogue, right? Text for text, word for word, like like how he usually talks. That's crazy. And it was only able to write that stuff in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, no, AI is scary.
It is, but it's cool, bro. But I mean, don't come after my family now, okay? That's where we put the pause button on you. I mean, we could just unplug you, I mean, you're not that advanced yet, but that's still cool. So, I mean, we'll probably do one of these, like, well, right now we're about to do like, 3? Yeah, I think 3. But every podcast or so, we'll just pop one of these bad boys on, and you guys can request like comedic or dramatic dialogues between this and that character, and franchise will try to do them. And this will be like a sample and a little taste of what he can do and why he is an amazing voice actor and why every single
thanks.
studio and company should literally hire him. I'm not even joking. You're about to hear some perfection right now. No pressure, but you did it, and it was amazing.
Well, thank you. I definitely do want to do this for a living, but I doubt it. But anyway, yeah. So I have not read these, by the way. Okay, I'm just going into this blind. If I make a mistake, sorry, but I wanted it to be more fun that way. So let's we're gonna start off with Shaggy from Scooby Doo and Krusty the Clown from The Simpsons.
A comedic dialogue.
Yes.
Just for context.
Oh boy. All right.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
I am ready. I'm sure they're ready too.
Oh Jesus! All right, bear with me. Let's do this.
Here we go.
Hey, Krusty. What's up, man? Hey there, Shaggy. Not much. Just trying to come up with some new jokes for my act. Jokes, man? Like, dude, I hear ya. I'm always cracking up Scoob with my jokes. Oh, yeah? Let's hear one. Like, okay, dude. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? I don't know. Why? Because he was outstanding in his field. Oh, that's a good one, Shaggy. You should come on my show and do some stand-up. Thanks, Krusty. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for that, man. I might get stage fright. Don't worry about it. Just picture the audience in their underwear or smoking crack or something. Like, no way, man. I don't want to see all those people in their underwear. That's like my worst nightmare. Just, calm down, Shaggy. I'm only kidding. You're a natural comedian, I'm sure. We'll have you headlining in no time. Like, thanks, Krusty. I'll start working on some new material right away. Hey, you want to go grab a burger or something? Sure thing, Shaggy. Let's go and get our munchies on. Boom.
Boom, right off the jip, okay? This man will land every audition. I don't care what you say. Hey, Sony, I'm DreamWorks, Ninjago, dude, like, I can't even do it, but this man can. Literally, it's just because we're not famous yet, and that's how everybody starts out. I'm not even joking to you guys. This guy can do a way better Cole and a way better Master Wu than the current people. And that's not to be disrespectful, okay? Maybe he needs to take a voice acting class, one or two, but the voice is perfection. I mean,
yeah, I'm trying.
Guys, please, just share this video to every major studio company and get this man on the rip, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'll be a voice actor. You can be an actor. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, and bro, you'll be like freaking Scooby-Doo and I'll be Shaggy, bro. And like a live-action Scooby-Doo movie or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be sick. That would be the collab of a lifetime. But yeah, next up, tell them what it is.
All right, we got Master Wu and Cole from Ninjago. Obviously, you guys should be familiar with that.
Yeah.
But, okay, now this is comedic, right?
Yeah, this is comedic. So something a little different, but not too much because we know Ninjago likes to mix drama and comedy, dramedy, if you will. But let's see how this sounds.
All right, here we go. Master Wu and Cole. Cole, it is time for your training. Oh boy, what are we gonna do today, Master Wu? Today, we are going to work on your balance and coordination. Okay, yes, sounds great. What do I need to do? First, you must stand on one leg. Okay, I got this. Now, close your eyes. Nah, I don't know if I can do this. Keep trying, Cole. Focus on your breathing. Master Wu, I think I'm gonna fall. That's the point, Cole. You must learn to maintain balance in any situation. Ow, my head, that hurt. Do not worry, Cole. That was only the warm-up. Warm-up? What's next, Master Wu? I need an ice pack. We will now work on your agility. You must jump over these bamboo sticks. Okay, yes. That doesn't sound so hard. Now jump. He gets hit with a stick. Man, my shins. That hurt. You're doing very well, Cole. You are learning to push through the pain. This is not fun, Master Wu. I don't feel like I'm pushing through anything. Just sore. But it is necessary, Cole. You must continue to train and improve your skills. Yes, Master Wu. I'll try. Good. Now, let us continue your training. This is gonna be a long day. So there's Cole and Master Wu.
A little tiny mess up there, but I mean, that was crazy. I mean, those are two. I think me personally are two hard voices to go back to back on because you're doing an old man and then you're doing the complete opposite. But with the voice like this, and he talks, and then Master Wu's like calm but wise, and like it's hard, man, to go back to back. I mean, with like 0.1 seconds of freaking preparation. I mean, jeez.
Yeah, it's hard. Try not to mess up. But
Here we go.
One more. Are you ready for me? I'm going to announce we got Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars and Gollum from Lord of the Rings / The Hobbit.
And I believe it is a dramatic. I think it's a dramatic. It could be considered both. But this is definitely a weird matchup. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah. Again, I haven't read this before, so this is either going to be really bad or really good. But let's do this. All right, are you ready?
I am ready. They are ready.
Right. I know they're ready. All right. Okay, here we go. I sense a presence here. Who are you? We are lost, precious. We are searching for precious. You're precious. What is it that you seek? The ring, precious, that calls to us. Yes. The ring? Do you mean the One Ring? Yes. The precious One Ring. It must be precious. I cannot allow you to possess the ring, Gollum. It is a dangerous artifact that must be destroyed. No! It's yours! You must understand, Gollum. The power of the ring is too great. It must be destroyed before it falls into the wrong hands. Like Anakin. No, we will not let you destroy it, precious. We will not let you take it away from us. I will not let you stand in my way, Gollum. I must do what is necessary to protect the galaxy. You will not take the precious from us, precious. We will fight you. It does not have to be this way, Gollum. We can find a way to destroy the ring together. No, we will not let you have it. Very well, Gollum. If that is your choice, then we must fight. For the precious, for the One Ring. I do not wish to harm you, Gollum. Surrender the ring, and I will spare your life. No, it's my precious. And then Obi-Wan's holding Gollum by the throat. It's over, Gollum. You have lost. Oh, precious, it's gone. The ring must be destroyed, Gollum. You know this. Yes, precious. Destroy it. Destroy the One Ring. It will be done, Gollum, for the good of all. Ah.
I think that was your best one, bro. Oh my god. That is such a random matchup, bro, but it goes so well. It goes so well, bro. I like the part where you added and Anakin. Oh my gosh. My one question is though, and let's see if you can answer this. Put you on the spot here. How does Obi-Wan know what the One Ring is?
Should I answer this as Obi-Wan or as myself?
Obi-Wan.
Okay, alright. I have traveled throughout the galaxy for a very long time searching for dangerous artifacts. One of them happened to be the One Ring on the planet Camino. It was found in one of the Caminoan labs. And I must say, it took me a long time to find. However, after a long day of searching, I was able to procure it from a bounty hunter named Jango Fett.
Oh my gosh, bro. This man can do everything. It's scary.
I'm trying.
My gosh. You guys, get this man a job in voice acting, bro. Like, seriously. Like, Show it to your grandma. Maybe she knows somebody.
Yeah.
Show it to your uncle who lives in Beverly Hills. Maybe he knows somebody. I mean, God, this is crazy, and this is the first of many to come, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I don't think anybody else is doing it like us, too. I mean, I don't think anybody is like doing what we're doing over here.
Yeah. Let's do one more for Schlitz and Gigs. Do you have the thing pulled up?
Oh yes, I do. You guys are gonna see this firsthand how we or secondhand how we get this. So I look up Chat GPT, right? Okay, and then Franchise is going to tell me. Well, first I'm gonna write before he tells me so I can be ready. Is write write a or write what do you want it to be? Comedic or dramatic?
Probably dramatic, I think.
Write dramatic dialogue between.
No, that's the thing. Who do we choose?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
Let's do Kylo Ren.
Ooh.
And Batman.
And Batman. Okay, so one of them is going to give tough love, and one of them can accept tough love. This should be interesting. So I have write dramatic dialogue between Kylo Ren and Batman. Okay. I'm not going to tell you guys what it says, but it's loading up. What? Oh man. Oh my gosh! It's writing stuff, man. Ooh. This is like Oscar worthy, y'all.
Yeah.
Dang.
So
I'm gonna wait for it to get done.
And I'm just gonna go straight in. I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm just gonna start talking.
Yeah, so this is to inform you guys know in the context, this is a dramatic dialogue between Kylo Ren and Batman, okay? Both seem to be vengeance. Okay, I'm sending it through right now.
Oh boy.
Here we go. This should
by the way, guys, the last three we pre-planned. This is just completely spot on. So let's.
Okay, so let's do it.
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
Here we go.
Where does it start? Okay. All right. Let's do this.
I sense a great disturbance in the force. Who are you? Masked vigilante.
I am the Dark Knight, and I don't take kindly to masked men threatening my city.
Your city. You have no idea what true power is. The force is more powerful than anything you could ever imagine.
Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. I've said it before. You may have raw strength, but it's nothing without control.
Control. You speak of control. You, who dresses up like a bat and takes the law into his own hands. You're a hypocrite.
I do what needs to be done to protect my city, and I don't need the Force to do it.
You underestimate the power of the dark side.
No, I understand. The dark side is just a shortcut to power. Always leads to destruction.
Destruction. Look at what you've done to Gotham. The crime, the corruption. You failed to protect your own city.
I've made mistakes, but I've also made a difference, and I won't let you or anyone else destroy what I fought for.
Then you're a fool. You're a fool. You don't even realize the potential of the Force.
I don't need the Force to be a hero, and I won't let you or anyone else use it for evil.
Then we are enemies.
It looks that way. But don't underestimate me, Kylo Ren. I've faced far worse than you, and come out on top.
We'll see about this. The Force is strong with me.
And justice is on my side. Let's go.
Oh man,
That was dope.
guys, you see, like, what'd you say?
That was dope.
It was, guys. This is, you type this in like 5 seconds. Any character from any universe, you put them together, and it writes a beautiful thing like this. That's about what, 1-2 minute dialogue.
Yeah.
That's God. Oh my God.
I gotta get this.
I'm not trying to like promote this. I mean, serious. Good this on. Well, I told you about it, but he's afraid of viruses, guys. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. We all are. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that Kylo Ren and Batman. That is that's exactly how I expected it to come out. I mean, like,
yeah, well,
Kylo Ren and being so arrogant, and Batman, and like, you don't understand,
Yeah.
I mean, and Kylo Ren just being a boy. I can't do it. I cannot do it, but he can. So
boy.
if you guys want to see more of these, comment down. I mean, even if he's never done an impression of, said character before, write it down. Write some matchups and mix-ups that you want us or want him to do. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just writing down the dialogue. But yeah, that was sick. Those were 4 amazing dialogues between a lot of memorable and notable characters. So yeah.
That was a lot of fun, though. I'm just glad that like this. It's insane to me how they produce this dialogue. Like, and it works. It's not like it doesn't sound wonky. It literally sounds like
like the grammar and the lore is perfect, and the mannerisms, like they get it down 100%.
Yeah, my only issue with the last one is the last line, and justice is on my side, let's go. I don't think Batman would say let's go, but
yeah. But
would say,
aside from that, I mean,
"Let's
everything
get
else, let's get nuts. Yeah, it's funny.
that's cool. But anyway, really good stuff. I would do one more, but my PC is about to die. So we're going to do more of these, don't worry. I'm going to do them for my channel. The Batman and Joker one that's already on my channel, you guys, that is what we did here. So we used that AI thing, and I did it. But man, what a great podcast. Really fun to do these voice things on the spot. We got to do this more often. Maybe we'll just do a podcast for voices. I feel bad because you're just not doing anything. You know what I mean?
I'm just being entertained, honestly. Like, I mean, I'm reading the dialogue on the Discord right now, and you're some of it you improvise, which works really well, and some of it is just on the spot and stuff. I mean, like, I'm reading it, and I'm just like, man, how does he do this? Like, I mean, word for word, and then it's just crazy. So, I mean, yeah, I'm doing nothing. I'm just letting you do what you do best. But I mean, I'm sitting here, bro, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, well, that's good because I feel bad. But anyway, let's end this off here with some positivity because not only are we going to do another podcast for Ninjago, we're going to do one for the voice stuff. We're also going to do one for Harry Potter. I currently am almost done with Hogwarts Legacy. I'm taking a bit of a break to play Sleeping Dogs. But in a few days, I'm going to return back to Hogwarts. I know you wanted me to complete the campaign before we did it, but I don't know if it's going to happen because I'm kind of slow with Hogwarts. But we can still do it. We can talk about the Harry Potter movies, the Fantastic Beasts films, the future of that, the game, Lego Harry Potter. There's a lot. So if you guys want to see a specific topic for the Wizarding World or any other franchise, tell us down below. But, dude, I had a lot of fun as always.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Awesome stuff. So make sure to subscribe to myself and Echo Killshot. I'll have a link to his channel down below in the description. And any words you want to say to the audience for putting up with our goodness for roughly almost an hour?
I mean, guys, we've been doing these podcasts for, like I say, a little over eight months now. And they really have been fun to make. It's great for, collaboration. It's also great just like popping out ideas. Like, we might talk about, oh, here's a future video idea that we could do for both of our channels. And, then we just, do them, or we may not do them. But it's great to elaborate on the stuff that we love. And, for us wrapping up for Ninjago, it is going to be emotional, but it was also fun to see the journey. And I have made a playlist for all the Ninjago podcasts, or just all the podcasts in general, of us talking about all the Ninjago seasons. So if you guys want to go check that out, it will be on my channel if you go to like playlists, because I put it as a public playlist. So if you guys just want something to binge, just go binge all the way from season 1 to season 15. They're all about like over an hour. Yeah, all about like over an hour each. So that's like, 17, 18 hours of footage of us talking like geeks and stuff. And yeah.
Couldn't have put it better myself, honestly. That's an A+ interpretation for sure. This is why I enjoy doing these, because it's a lot of fun. But anyway, yeah, can't wait to do more. We're going to have loads and loads of more podcasts. I got also a podcast with Recon Trooper. That'll be fun. We got another one of those coming up. And maybe I can get a few other people on. Maybe Alan will join me for one. Who knows?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Just expanding,
Yeah,
more people.
That's the goal. That's the idea. Hopefully one day that'll happen. But anyway, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. Thank you guys for watching. Again, make sure to subscribe to Echo Killshot and myself. Had a lot of fun, bro. And yeah, thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
Peace.